Hello everyone, Matthias Key here, coming to you from the year 2024, reading a second letter to the Tribulation with Islamic end-time prophecies of the Mahdi versus the Book of Revelation. We've reached the sections titled H22, The Smoke is a Painful Punishment and an Awaited Sign, and K22, The Smoke of Babylon. The Hadiths. The smoke is one of the major signs of the end. As we saw in the Hadith of our beginning section, and confirmed in the Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, the smoke is one of the awaited signs. This is a perplexing event that has just one mention in the Quran and little explanation in the Hadiths. The Quran warns that the smoke will be a penalty grievous. It is something to be greatly dreaded. The Hadith in this section associates the smoke with a star with a tail and recognizes that the spreading of the smoke is a fearsome thing. In section H15, we saw a tie-in between a star with a luminous tail and the Mahdi. But he should not be regarded as fearsome. All Muslims and even non-Muslims should welcome him. It is therefore confusing why a star with a tail is connected with both the Mahdi and the smoke. Some of Muhammad's close companions and family members knew that he had spoken of the smoke, and offered some extra detail of their own. The smoke is a major sign. It will rise and cover the whole world. The smoke will affect both the believers and non-believers alike, remaining for a period of 40 days and nights. The believers will be affected a little as if suffering from cold, while the smoke will enter the brains of the non-believers and make them unconscious. The smoke will enter in the ears of the kuffar, the infidels, and the hypocrites, and will affect the Muslims like a cold. The whole world will be like a house on fire. It has not happened. It is to happen. I have placed the Islamic sign of the smoke at this point of the timeline because Revelation speaks very specifically of a smoke that will have consequences for the whole world shortly after a unitary world government is established midway through the 7 years. Revelation. In the previous section, the beast and his allies overthrew the woman of Babylon and set fire to her capital. The megacity is so extensive that it will take much time for the buildings and treasures to be burnt out. A great cloud of smoke billows above and starts to spread across the upper atmosphere. The smoke may be so bad that it would affect weather patterns for days or weeks in many parts of the world. The followers of the woman quickly learn of her downfall and the fire. They cry out in great agony. Those who believed in Babylon know that their dream of administering an empire is forever finished. Though there were many opportunities, they never repented of their self-idolatry. The godless fruits of pleasure, luxury, and control have come to an end. They are sorry, not for the city, but that the riches of the city will be no more. All those whose livelihood depended on the global economic order are also devastated. The lingering smoke is the sign of prolonged and irreversible punishment. The time of possible mercy from the Almighty is now in the past. Jesus said that real treasure is not of this world. Matthew 6:19. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in or steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. There is a crowd of souls in heaven who are observing the smoke. They came to faith in Jesus under the rule of the woman, but were killed during her years of persecution. when they see the smoke, they rejoice that God has avenged their deaths. They are joined by the holy apostles and prophets and the 24 elders who represent Christian martyrs of many earlier centuries of persecution, resurrected recently in the rapture. Also present are the 4 living creatures who symbolize different aspects of divine majesty. The smoke eventually dissipates from the earth, but in the heavenly realm it rises forever and ever. This is eternal judgment on the woman of Babylon and her spirit of godlessness that sustained many empires. Her empire will never be repeated. The capital of the revived Roman Empire is a smoking ruin. The ensuing events of the Great Tribulation now focus on Jerusalem. The 2 witnesses are still very active there. The Jewish temple of the city will soon be targeted for sacrilege by the beast and his chief deputy. Comparison. The smoke is a major sign of the end time in both the Hadiths and Revelation. In the Hadiths, a star with a tail is connected with both the Mahdi and the smoke. The Mahdi is to be celebrated, but the smoke is to be feared. The star with a tail thus has mixed connotations. Revelation casts light on this ambiguity. In verse 9:1, section K15, the end-time star fallen from heaven can be none other than Satan. God cast him down from heaven permanently after all the believers of the church age were raptured. Within a short time, several years perhaps, Satan raises up the Antichrist beast to be his main human agent during the tribulation. After the beast overthrows the woman of Babylon and burns her capital city, the inhabitants who refuse to leave become easy targets for demon possession. That is when the smoke enters the timeline. But the smoke and the star fallen from heaven are therefore connected with Satan and the devils. This should be a sobering thought for those who will experience the tribulation. Hopefully Muslims will understand this while they can still change their minds. If you have found this video helpful, then please click the like button. I also invite you to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon to get notifications when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching.